Hello friends, it's Nancy from Astrology and Angel Mediums today with a different video. I don't really know what category I'm going to put this under. So as I did in one of my last videos in my Show Me How You Practice a Magpie Tarot deck, because I had so many decks that I had purchased for me to create that Magpie Tarot deck, I decided to make other Magpie Tarot decks. Not really for me. I think that I'll either gift these or possibly sell them, depending on what kind of interest I'm getting on things. And so I'm just going to kind of walk through what I put together because it's been really fun and it's been a very beautiful kind of creative process for me, to really like step fully into that energy. So I don't know if this is kind of like Magpie Tarot unboxings or something. I don't know. I'm just going to show you guys and you guys can kind of let me know what you guys think or which deck you feel kind of connected to. So I did one that was more masculine. I did one that was a little bit more artistic. I did one that was more people of color. And then I did another one that was more of like, I don't even know how to describe this deck. It was just more of like a creative process of just trying to choose what felt right for each of the cards. And that is the fun thing about the Magpie Tarot, is really feeling into that energy and just letting it be something that you can kind of put together with different decks that maybe you like. And so I'm going to show you guys what I have left over is all these cards. So not enough to make a full deck, and I'll show you guys what cards I have left. There are some in there that I may still, because I'm still kind of like tweaking my deck and I'm kind of like going back and forth and like, oh, I kind of like this card a little bit more, or I think this fits more of the vibe I'm going for. So, all right. So this was a more, what I will call a masculine leaning deck. So I'm going to show you guys the cards. So here we have the Fool, the Magician, the Revealer, or the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot, Strength, the Hermit, the Wheel, Justice, the Hanged One, Death, Temperance, Devil, the Tower, Star, the Moon, Sun, Judgment, and the World. All right, so for the suits, we are going to have the Ace of Coins or the Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have 10. Now we have our Page, our Knight, our Queen, and our King. All right, moving on to the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, the 2, the 3, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Moving right along, we have the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. All right, next suit is the Ace of Wands, the 2, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. Now moving right along, we have the Ace of Swords, 2 of Swords, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then finally we have the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and then the King of Swords. Let me know what you guys think of this deck that I put together. Yeah, it's mostly masculine. I try to pick as many as I could that would go with this deck, that were kind of cohesive with like the overall theme. So I'm going to call this like my masculine deck. All right. Now I want to do this one. I think this was a more creative process, more artistic with the artwork that I chose for this one. So let's see. So the very first one we have is the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, Strength, Chariot, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged Woman, Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, La Luna or the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, the World, Cosmos or the World. All right, so then we have the Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 4, 5, 6, 7 of Vessels, the 8 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, and then the Page of Cups, the Knight, the Queen, and then the King. All right, now the Ace of Swords, the 2 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Moving along to the Page of Voices or Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Swords. The Ace of Inspiration or the Ace of Wands, the 2 of Wands, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Moving on to the Apprentice, or the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Crown of Wands, or the King of Wands. Now to the Ace of Pentacles, the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the Apprentice again, so the Page of Pentacles, the Knight, the Queen, and then the King. So I felt this more artistic because I try to choose cards that really embodied the kind of energy of each of those cards. So I was really trying to kind of focus on, if I didn't know how to read tarot, what cards would what kind of imagery would I want to kind of go off of? Now, granted, not all of them have imagery that'll help you kind of connect to the message, but most do. All right, so this one is my more people of color, Black focused kind of card deck. I wanted one just to kind of, as someone who is Hispanic and Mexican, it's hard because sometimes I feel like there's not a lot of representation in spiritual media, and in this medium it's getting better now, where you're able to find like Hispanic based decks or Latin culture based decks and things like that, just like the Secrets of Paradise deck, which I did use cards out of for these decks. It's nice to have something that is more focused on other cultures. And I know, as someone that has used decks for so long, now we're starting to see decks that have a little bit more of like an immersive feel with different cultural elements and different faces, basically. So it's just nice to see things shifting. So I wanted to kind of see if I can make one that was more people of color. It's not going to be all people of color. Again, it's not always easy to find all these cards, especially with the decks that I chose. But I'm going to show you guys what I put together. So here's the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot, Strength, Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged One, Death, Temperance, Temptations instead of the Devil, the Tower, Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and the World. All right, so here we go with the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, the 3, the 4, and I think I may end up changing, I don't know, we'll see about this one. I thought it was fun. The 5 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the 9, 10, Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King of Wands. I may change possibly the 4 of Wands out of this deck with one of the simpler ones, just so it kind of still goes on theme, because I feel like this little penguin is just kind of weird, but I didn't really have another 4 of Wands card, so maybe I'll switch that one out. So we'll see. The Ace of Swords, the 2 of Voices, the 3 of Swords, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10 of swords, which I was like, this is so dramatic, this 10 of swords. All right, then we have the page, the knight, the queen, and the king of swords. Now the ace of coins, the 2, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. And moving along, we have the ace of cups, 2 of cups, 3 of cups, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here we have the page, the knight, the queen, and then the king of cups, which I love this king of cups card. I thought it was really fun. So let me know what you guys think of this deck. As someone who is not Black, but also a person of color, I guess, even though I don't really look it. I know sometimes it can be challenging to create something that maybe is not always specifically for you. But I did want to have something like that because I feel like for a lot of my friends, it's hard for them to see themselves in this spiritual work when there's not that representation. So it's really nice to have something that represents them. All right. Now finally to the last deck. Again, I don't remember what the intention was for this one. I've been putting these together over the last few days, so I'm just kind of like putting them together, kind of like mixing and matching, kind of going through. It's crazy. So these are all 78 card decks, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. So here we have the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot, Strength, the Hermit, the Wheel of the Year or the Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, the Devil, the Tower, the Star, the Moon, Sun, Judgment, and then the World. We have the Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have the 10 of Cups. We have a page, a knight, a queen, and then our King of Cups. All right. Next up, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the 2, the 3, 4, a little goofy on that one, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we have our page, our knight, our Queen, and our King. And we have our Ace of Swords, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, our Page, our Knight, our Queen, and our King. And finally, our Ace of Wands, our 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then our, oops, I have these other order. No, there's our Page, our Knight, our Queen, and our King. I think this is more, again, kind of like a little creative expression of what would look good with those cards and kind of adding different elements to it. So I'm going to show you guys what I have left. So I used essentially 9 different decks. The Mystic Mondays was a majors only deck that I had on hand. And then I had the Uncommon Tarot, the Transient Light Tarot, the Secrets of Paradise Tarot, the Muse Tarot, the Light Seers Tarot, the Unfolding Path Tarot, the Tarot of Curious Creatures, and the Fifth Spirit Tarot. I think those are the 8 tarot decks with the Mystic Mondays majors only. So I'm going to show you guys what I have left. It's not enough for me to create another deck, so I may use this to kind of add in and out as like I have been the last few days, kind of like as I have time, just looking over and like, okay, do I want this card for this? Do I want it to have this instead? So here's the full 2.0. This is from the Tarot of Curious Creatures. There's 2 fulls in it. Here's my other full that I have. And then here's the Magician card. Another Magician. Have this High Priestess. Have this High Priestess. And then I have this Empress, which again, I don't know if I want to put this back in my own deck because I feel very called to the imagery of this card. But I think I chose a different Empress. I think I may have chosen the one out of the Unfolding Path, which I'm still not sure if that's the one I want to keep in there. So I may end up taking this one back. Then I have this Emperor from the Fifth Spirit. We have this Hierophant from the Fifth Spirit. The Lovers, which I think I may actually send this one to my oldest. He loves flamingos. And when he made his deck, I forgot I had this deck as well to use. So he may want this one. So I'm not sure yet. But it's a cute card. And then we have the Chariot. We have Strength. We have this Strength, which again, I may ask one of my kids if they want this one because they love cats. We have the Hermit. We have the Wheel, which I think is super cute. We have this Wheel of Fortune. We have this Justice card. And then this Justice card as well. The Hanged Muse. We have this Death card, which is very cute. This Temperance card. This Temperance card. This Devil. This Devil. Which I'm not understanding how I don't have 2 of everything. So we have this Tower. We have this Star. I have this Star as well. The Moon. Have the Moon as well. The Sun. And then Judgment. The World. And then this Ace. This Knight of Wands. So this Queen of Wands. This 2 of Cups. This 8 of Cups. This 9 of Cups. this 10 of Cups, this Page, and this King of Cups. All right, and then I have the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, the Ace of Swords, this 10 of Swords, this Champion of Swords or Knight of Swords. Now this 5 of Coins, 7 of Coins, 8 of Coins, and this Queen of Pentacles. So not a ton of cards left over. I couldn't make a whole other deck out of what I have. I don't even think I have enough to make just like a majors only deck from what I have. I possibly might have everything. I'd have to look again. But let me know what you guys think of the Magpie Tarot sort of vibe. I may end up selling some of these in some of the Facebook groups that do Magpie Tarot decks or the Alleyman style decks. But let me know if you would switch out any of the cards that I have left over one of these decks. If you're interested in one of these decks, reach out to me, let me know. And maybe I will pass it along too. So thank you so much for joining me with these weird little videos that I put together. I really appreciate it. And I hope everyone has a happy new year, because now it's 2025. So take it easy, make good choices, and as always, be kind to one another. Bye.